Okay. Hello, excuse me, dogs. Draw your knees into your chest. They really do make the comfiest little pillows. I don't know.
Are you coming this morning?
Oh, I should mute you. Let's see. Oh, someone else is here. Oh, Beth is here. Hello, Beth.
That's what I was just asking.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. But she's here without being here. Okay, I just can't see her. She's here. Yes, so circle your knees. And go the way. Hello, yes. Excuse me. And I'm just being reminded of how just the simple thing is interesting when you've had breakfast. You can really feel the digestion process. Pull the right knee into the body and extend left leg high and start to flex and point at the ankle. Spreading the toes and opening that up that joint, all those joints, there's a whole bunch there. And hold dorsiflexion, root the leg into the hip socket without displacing your alignment, and circle the leg as though you're holding a tray on your foot. And go the other direction. Try to stay very stable. Try to also keep your neck out of it. Center the leg and send it down to the floor. Tilt your hips forward, draw your right knee in, stabilizing at the pelvis, circle the right knee. Really, let's get that hip oiled and go the other way. Hold the front of the shin, gently pull the knee toward the right armpit and iron down your body with your left hand. Smooth down anything that needs it. Come from underneath on that right leg and push the leg into the hand, resist with the hand. Turn on those abductors. And then bring the hand to the inside and turn on those adductors. Press knee into hand into knee. Feel that awesome those stabilizers in the tummy. And then just let it relax open again. Let's place that right foot into tree. And bring your peace fingers, open them up and put them on over your hip bones, your upper hip bones, those ASIS things, those two little landmarks. And level your pelvis. Using the peace fingers, we don't need an actual level ruler, but you can pretty much sense it with your fingers, I think. And for me, when I do this and my hips are level, my right knee is not on the floor, at least not right now. I'm pushing my right foot, and because I'm lying down, I can really get my foot into the center of the inner thigh. So it's not toward the front, it's not toward the back, it's really in the center. Hips are aligned, and that makes it way harder, but for me anyway. Hips are aligned. Now, without displacing any of that, can you open the knee more toward the floor? And one more thing I didn't mention is look up and look at your left foot. Is it turned out or in, or could you stand on it as well? Would it be straight if you were standing? Okay. Now see if that right knee will open without pain, or where the pain is, I want you to back up. Reach the arms up toward the ceiling and then start to rotate them back or extend them back overhead. Palms turn to face each other. Using the floor as a little bit of a reference guide, you can slide your back ribs toward your shoulders more and lengthen out unilaterally in the waist. Feel that hollowing of the tummy, the midsection. And let's breathe here. Reach through your fingers, press through your quote unquote standing foot, And try to keep the alignment. Fun, huh? Reach your hands back up to the sky. Figure 4, your right ankle over your left thigh, bend the left knee, reach behind. And let's take that figure 4. As we do this, turn your head to the right, drop your chin to your chest, take your chin across your chest, ear over to the left side. Shin toward the back wall. So we're doing circles, but with the head on the floor. Right ear toward right shoulder, chin toward chest, take it across, back, and around. And now just hold it toward the right. Flex both feet, gently pulling a little tighter. As you do this, press your left leg into your hands, getting resistance into that hip. Lift the chin toward the back wall. Arc the head over so the left ear is toward the left shoulder. Let's release the hands, but keep the legs and drop them all the way in the same position over toward your left. My right foot is now on the floor. My left outer shin is on the floor. And I'm going to turn my face just straight toward the ceiling. With your left hand, gently press that right knee away from you. You may feel this in the right hip somewhere, and just observe where. With your right hand, try to coax or coach that right hip back a little bit. Back, I don't know if back's the right word, down maybe, like to the right and down, so that you're making space in that socket. Let's reach the right arm open and look to the right again. And look to the back right corner of the space. Stretch your eyes. Stretch them. And then look at your hand. And then look back to the back right corner. And then at your hand. And then face center. Engage your core muscles just enough to bring your legs back up to that figure 4 and uncross the legs. Hug the knees into your chest. And stay here in this little ball. Good morning, Heather. Welcome. I just realized I didn't respond to your text and I felt terrible about that. Press your knees away, out to the side and in. Press away, out to the side and in, and keep circling. Relax your jaw, soften your tongue. Interlace your fingers with the opposite lacing around your left shin. Send your right leg straight up and start to flex and point that foot. Try to notice if your shoulders or neck are tight and you don't need them here. If you want to keep them busy, just think of relaxing them down and sending the chin a little bit closer to the neck, like down, and then using the floor, send the bottom of the skull back. You're lengthening the back of the neck. Hold a nice strong dorsiflexion through that foot, right foot. Stabilize your core and circle that right leg. Probably haven't done this circle since the last time you were here. It's funny. As though there were a platter on the foot. And really try to keep your foot flat and like you're extending through the heel. And go the other way. And then send the leg to the floor and draw that left knee in. Start to circle that left knee, lubricating inside that left hip socket. Try to keep the right side stable. Neck soft. Circle the knee the other way. Hold the front of the left shin and gently pull that knee toward the left shoulder. Right hand irons out the body. So abdominals, hips, using the open palm to smooth down using the skin. that transportation mechanism of a network, like a neural network. You're just working superficially, and that skin will spread the information really well. Bring that left hand below the left knee or left lower thigh and press the thigh into the hand and resist, turning on those abductors. Stabilize right side as well. Push, push, push with that equal resistance. Turn on those muscles. And then other side, bring the hand inside that left inner thigh and press for those adductors. Thigh to hand, hand into thigh. Feel all those stabilizers turn on. It's like you want to know where your core is. This is a really good way to feel it. And then just let the knee open to its natural distance. Now we're going to open those peace fingers up. Feel for the ASIS, those bony landmarks, and place your left foot into tree carefully so that it isn't forward toward the inner thigh or too far back. It's right in the center of that right inner thigh. Using your fingers to help you gauge it, keep your right thigh straight forward and that foot in the proper position as though you were standing on it, neither turned in nor out, so forward, and level your pelvis. So use the fingers to help you feel it. Probably, not necessarily, but probably, you're going to have to lift your left hip higher, left side of the pelvis higher than it wants to be. That's really the boundary. And then keeping that, if it's appropriate, open that left knee toward the floor more without displacing anything. Keep your neck relaxed. Notice the temptation to tighten the chest, reach the arms overhead, and glide your back ribs toward the thumbs, lengthening back waist. Push right thigh into the foot, and the foot pushes into the thigh. Feel that outline of your body, nice and strong, and reach back. Push through the floor with that right foot. And then bring the arms down, come into figure four, bending that right knee, left ankle across upper right knee, and pull in. Relax the neck, turn the head to the left, down, chin toward chest, right ear toward right shoulder, chin to the back wall. Circles here, left ear toward left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin toward back wall. One more time, take it around. And then look over to the right. Pull with your hands and resist with the right leg. Flexing both feet. Release the fingers, keep the legs, and let them fall toward the right, all the way over so that left foot rests on the floor. Turn your head back to the left and reach out through that left arm. Look at your left hand. With your right hand, push your left knee slightly away from you. Keeping your face where it is, just move your eyes toward the back left corner of the room. And then at your left hand, into the back left corner of the room. And your left hand, back left corner, hand. And then look straight up at the ceiling. Bring your legs on back to the center, unwind them, hug your knees to your chest. Bring your hands to the front of the knees and push your knees into your hands and vice versa. Feel those abdominals engage. Take your hands behind your legs, push legs into hands and resist. Different abdominals engage. Feel it. Hands outside the legs, press the legs into the hands. And even more, abdominals turn on. And then inside of the legs, squeeze the legs into the hands and the hands resist. And we've fired up that core. Take the hands behind the head. Let's cycle it out. Just an even 20 each side. 19, 18. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees back in. Let the lower back relax. Deep breath here. Exhale. Put your feet flat on the ground. Bring your hands to your tummy. Lift your elbows off the floor and breathe into the tummy. Hands are stacked one on top of the other. You can let your knees fall in. And then bring your hands up to the diaphragm. So just right at the base of your ribs and breathe there. And then bring your hands to your upper chest and send the breath back. Excuse me, user. Fight the good fight. What did you guys? I want you to determine between the three places which one was breathing the least, which one was the tightest or least available for breath. And I want you to go back to that spot and take a few breaths there. And if you're not sure, go to all three and reassess or assess and decide. And now I want you to go to the place that was the most open and place your hands there and bring your focus there. And now place one hand on the open spot and one place on the place that was the most closed. And you're going to alternate awareness. So breathe into the open one. On an inhale, send the exhale to the second place. Breathe in, inhale into the place that was tighter. And may still be, and exhale to the place that was more open. Inhale there. Exhale toward the tighter place. Inhale there. Exhale to the one that was more open and continue like this for a few rounds. If that's too complicated, breathe into the one and then breathe into the other with a full round with an inhale and exhale. And then bring your hands down by your side. Take a deep breath into the whole torso. Exhale out the mouth. Let's do that one again. Deep breath in all three areas. And exhale. Roll to your side. Come all the way up and over. We're going to come directly into our forearm planks. So come down onto your elbows and leave your knees on the floor. Interlace your fingers Lean your elbows forward, not your elbows, your shoulders forward directly over your elbows. Knees are down for now. You're gonna tuck your tailbone under, tuck your toes under, and activate your toes. Pull your toes toward your elbows and your elbows toward your toes and spread the shoulder blades apart. Really open your back. Tuck your chin to your chest and lengthen the back of the neck. Keep your toes really active, maybe lift the knees, but keep dragging your toes toward your elbows and your elbows to your toes. Chin is tucked, spread the shoulders, push down through the wrist bones too. They may have popped up. And breathe. Squeeze your tush. Tummy in. Keep it really active for 3, 2. Lower the hips down, march those elbows just slightly forward, separate the palms, turn them to the floor. Keep your toes tucked under. Pull with your forearms and lift your chin all the way up to the ceiling, eyes wide, look way up. Now squeeze your shoulder blades as much as you can here. And staying with your hips on the floor, round, spread your shoulders, tuck your chin. Keep the toes active, squeezing those big toes down. Once again, pull. Pull toward that cobra, press tailbone down, lift the chin all the way up. Good. Round here. Glide arms all the way forward, roll onto your right side, lay your head down onto your right arm. Find that outer hip bone, leg bone, it's like the outer trochanter of the right thigh, and try to balance on that big bony protuberance. Belly are in, rib cage tucks in, tailbone down, mimicking that shape we had more or less in forearm plank that was slightly rounded. Yeah, you want this to be uncomfortable. If you can, crop up onto that right armpit, but not if it's going to make it easy. Arm, like that upper arm, you don't want it to be easier. And make sure you're in a straight line. You're not like curving out. So ribs are in, tailbone is down, chin is tucked, and you want it to be hard to balance. This is really hard. Keep your legs, bring your left hand down just to try this. Keep your legs together and see if you can lift, oh my gosh, your right leg off the ground in balance. So both legs, both that bottom and top leg stay together like a mer person, like a mermaid, and lift your fin and try to stay on your side and use your core muscles. You can bring your left hand to your hip to really test it out. Use your core muscles to try to keep you on this balance beam. It's fun. Okay. And then bend your knees to 90 degrees. You can leave your head up or down. We're going to take some clamshells here, keeping the ankles and feet together. Well, ankles and feet. No, I guess just the feet. Inner feet together. Lift and lower that top thigh. For me, it's my left one. 10, 9, and you can imagine a band between wrapped around your ankles or shins or upper thighs, some kind of resistance. I totally lost any sort of count. 4, so I'm making it up. 3, 2, leave it up there. Feet are squeezing together. Just hold it up there. Feel that left, if left for me, maybe right for you. Outer thigh. Little lifts here, higher. 5, 4, tummies are in and navels are back. 2, and hold it. Y'all. Now, relax that right heel down. Internally rotate that upper thigh. So you're pointing the knee toward the floor. Externally rotate it. Internally rotate it. Now give it resistance. Hand to the outer leg. As you externally rotate, just resist with the hand. Bring it to the inner thigh. As you internally rotate, resist. One more time. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. Kick that leg straight. Roll to your tummy. March your elbows under. Come onto your knees, toes are tucked, interlaced with the opposite fingers. We're coming back to that forearm plank. Knees are not directly under the hips. They're pretty far back. Toes are under, tailbone tucked, spread the shoulder blades, tuck the chin. Get really big, like bruiser, in your upper back. Toes are active, pull them toward the elbows, elbows toward the toes, wrist bones down. Breathe, tummy in if you want, lift the knees. Squeeze the tush, tummy lifted. The chin tucked back wide, toes scrubbing toward elbows. 5, 4, really enjoy it for whatever it is. And 1, come on down onto your tummy. Move your elbows a little bit farther forward, toes stay active. Lift your chin all the way up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Pull. And then around here, tailbone down, chin tucked. Spread the back. One more time. We'll open up here. Squeeze shoulder blades, lift the face. Eyes wide. And around. Slide it down onto your tummy, roll to your left side. Get as bony and uncomfortable as you can. Tuck tailbone, close rib cage. Prop up onto that left arm if that makes it better for you. Like, and by better, I mean harder. Not easier. Right hand can be down at first or as long as you need it, but the idea is to be tippy toppy. You don't want to feel stable. You want to feel like you could fall in either direction so that our stabilizers get activated. Sew the inner thighs together and try to lift. Oh, this is not as hard. Lift that bottom leg up, both legs up. Lift both legs at the same time up. And if it isn't that hard on one side, you can lower and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm probably cheating in some way on this side because it's easier. And then relax down. Let's bend both knees to 90 degrees. Keep your inner feet together and clamshell that leg. You can add imaginary resistance or real resistance if you have it. 8, 7, 6, really making this joint, these muscles stronger. Where we have pain, we have this, we want to stretch it, but really strengthening, I think, is the key, is the way out of pain, I think. Hold that leg up there. Turn on all those muscles on the outer thigh. Just holding, just feeling them engage, feeling them get stronger. And then pulse. 5, pressing bottom leg into floor. 4, 3, 2, hold it up there. Tax it a little more. Yes, now bring the hand outside that thigh, lift the foot up and resist the leg as you're externally rotating it. Bring the hand inside the thigh, internally rotate, resist with the hand. Externally rotate, and I know this is that tight hip on you guys. Mine's the other side, so this might really feel like oiling something that's just so tight. Getting that WD-40 in there. Internally rotate, resist. Externally rotate. And then bring that knee into the side of your body. Pull it in. And then roll to your tummy. Relax the legs. Push all the way back. Child's pose with the arms forward. Stretch out that low back. We've already activated the breath. See if you can strategically send it down into the lower back and hips here. Use it medicinally. And then push forward onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes, stretch into a nice long down dog. Shake out the head and neck. Press the heels toward the mat, cement your hands down, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Lift your buttocks and wrap your shoulders wide. Pull the rib cage in and find all that length. Lift the front ribs to the back body. Make the wrists even lighter and breathe through the nose. Pelvic floor is lifted and firm as often as possible. Walk your feet up. Come to the front of the mat, bend the knees, pull the heart forward, sitting bones back. Exhale, fold. Cross your right leg behind, left leg behind the right leg. So right leg is in front of left, and drop the head, shake it out. It meaning the head. Left hand stays down, right arm lifts, twist. Step that left foot back into a lunge, hold the twist. Right hand circles forward overhead, half moon. Right fingertips to the mat. Left leg lifts, left arm lifts, open the chest. Strong right leg. Drive it down into the earth, that right foot. Open the chest up. Turn toward the floor. Bend the left knee, right hand reaches back toward the left foot, but don't twist. Just keep looking down. Quad stretch here in that left leg. Maybe that knee lifts higher. Release that left foot, right hand comes down. Cross to a, we're gonna twist, a seated twist. Cross your left leg behind the right. Carefully sit your bum down. Left arm crosses to the outside of the right leg. Before you twist more, sit up. Really find that tall, erect spine. Turn the head to the right. Press the knee and arms into each other, arm into each other. Lift your chin. Circle it up and over to your left shoulder, chin drops down. Breathe. We're going to unwind this to prasarita. You're going to turn to your left, step wide to your left, and excuse me, parallel your toes. So I'm in a wide forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest. We're going to bend that left knee into a side lunge and open up that hip. Inner right, I'm checking on something. Inner right thigh stretches. And switch sides, bend the right knee, left leg out. My left toes are to the ceiling. Open that inner left groin. And then come onto both feet, drop your head down the middle. And softly move the head left and right, forward and back. And take your feet a little wider if it's likely that your head can rest on a block or the floor, and rest it there. Grip the toes a little bit and turn on the muscles in the inner and outer legs. Lift your head up, rotate to the front of the mat, step to plank. This time chin goes forward, squeeze shoulder blades gently, lift tummy and low push up. Roll over the toes, first up dog. Open that chest up. Tummy in to go back, downward dog. Get situated and then breathe. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Left foot in front, right leg crosses behind. Inhale, look up. Exhale, nice stretch here. Drop your head. Move the head about if that feels good. Squeeze the thighs together as long as it doesn't bum out the knees. Breathe where you can. Right fingers down, left arm up, twist. Good. Uncross the front leg, step it back. Oopsie. Wrong. Step back the right leg into a twisted lunge. Right leg steps back, twist open as you were. Circle that left arm overhead, place those left fingers down, push down, half moon. Right leg shoots up, open the chest. Right hand comes down, bend the right knee, reach back with your left hand, but don't twist, just look straight ahead and down. Quad stretch, maybe you lift the knee. So it's my right leg that's quadding. Release down for a seated spinal twist, crossing behind. Sit down on your butt, hold the shin to sit up tall, use it to leverage yourself up. Right arm goes high, cross elbow over knee or wrap in front. Squeeze them into each other for resistance and lift up tall. Look over the left shoulder. Lift the chin, trace it across the ceiling. Look down at your right shoulder. Unwind it here. We're going to step out to the right, prasarita. Bend the right knee, side lunge. Flex the left toes up to the ceiling. Come to center, bend the left knee, flex the right toes up to ceiling. Pull the sitting bones toward each other, activate those muscles. Come on back to center, line up your feet, your toes in one straight line. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, head toward the ground for a block, rest the head. Squeeze the muscles in the legs, tighten the toes if that helps. Try to lift the arches up on your feet. Strength around the knee muscles, around the hip joints. Let the back hang out. Breathe. Good. Lift the head up, pivot to the front of the mat. You're in a nice lunge here. Step left foot back, plank. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing, shins are up. Cascading back bend. Exhale back, downward dog. Find your rhythmic breath once you've set up the posture. Animating it breath by breath. Inhale, raise your heels, bend the knees on an exhale. Travel forward as you wish. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, let it drop. Let's rise up, circle the arms, reach tall. Inhale, arching back. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Release the arms down by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step left and right foot back, plank to low push-up. Inhale, upward, Luigi dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. Dogs are so cute. Inhale, hi Shelby. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, travel forward to your hands. Moving right along. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, rise up, circle the arms. Arch back a little. Beautiful. Exhale the hands to your heart. Release the arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Step your right and left foot back, plank. Low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend the knees, travel forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, building some heat. Circle the arms up and back. Extension through the front line. Excellent. Hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Step left and right foot back, plank. Low push-up. Inhale up. Exhale back. Lift the right leg to the sky. Good. Bend the knee, open the hip up. Draw the right knee to the nose. And step the right foot forward, standing split. Lift the left leg to the sky. Good. Bend the right knee, step back, crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up. Give yourself a moment, let the breath regulate. Scissor the legs, upright the pelvis, upright the spine. Feel that awareness through the spine, all the way up through the fingertips. Excellent, open warrior two. Good adjustments. Lift that right hip bone up, straight up to the ceiling. Yeah, so it's upright. Strength between the arms, reach forward and back more. So you're opening your arms more across the chest. Feel that back active. Turn the palms up so you can really feel your back muscles engaged. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the right knee, open the arms, warrior two. We're just going to pulse this shape. Inhale, arms up, push through the right foot, straighten the right leg, arms straight. Exhale, bend the right. One more time. As you do this, really grip those inner thighs together. Tone those guys. Good. Triangle. Reach your right hand down, left arm high. Trikonasana. Yeah, shorten it up a little. Beautiful. Let that chest open. Reach your head back. Chin tucks. Open the back more. Use your feet. Scrub those legs. Excellent. Look forward, half moon. Those look great. Excellent. Turn toward the floor again. And bring your left foot down next to your right foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen and step back. I forget which foot we're on, but whichever one that is. Foot back, low push up. Inhale up. Exhale back. Left leg high. Bend the knee and open the hip. Keep the boundary of the right leg stable and the core on. Good. Square your hips, draw your knee to your nose. Nice deep cat there, really spread your back. And then step your left foot up. Inhale, rise, standing right into standing split, I think we went. So go ahead, hands are forward, right leg high. Let your head drop low. So what's helpful is to spread the right toes. Bring your attention into them. It's also helpful to open that hip up a little bit, but then internally rotate it. So it's more of a standing split. You're facing more toward the floor. It's a different thing. You're getting a different part of the butt But really put a light bulb, a LED light right into that right big toe. Good. Now step back, crescent lunge. Inhale, raise the arms up. And take your time. Elevate that back foot. Feel the muscles of that back leg and squeeze the hips toward each other to upright the pelvis and feel the attention of an upright spine. It's an enthusiastic, physical embracing of mindfulness, of coming into that attention. Open up warrior two. Give yourself some space there. Excellent. Squeeze that outer left hip up and flip both palms so you feel your back muscles holding your arms in place. Tighten the triceps. Push through your front foot, straighten that leg, arms go up as you do this. Exhale, warrior two with the arms forward and back. A couple times. Inhale, scrub, squeeze inner thighs like magnets. Exhale, open the arms, melt the shoulders. Inhale up. Triangle pose, tilt it forward, left hand down, right arm high. Be wary of that front knee hyperextending, so don't do it. Hips are under, open the chest, and drop your waist. Heather, try to drop your ribs, right ribs down toward your left rib. Yep, there you go. Yeah, good. And if you can look up, but if that wigs out your neck, don't do it. Beth, move your arm, your right arm, just slightly more up toward the ceiling. So yes, I think that, at least through the camera, that looks more aligned. Top hand to hip, look forward and down, half moon, bend the left knee and go back there. Send that leg up. Flex your right toes, bring awareness, mindfulness into the foot. Scrub up through that left leg, feel its power. And open that top arm. If looking up is possible, do it. If not, look down. Pull your ribs in now. Just like we did on our sides, there's a lot similar about this pose in the side pose. Anahata. Good. And back to standing split. And feet together. Bend the knees, feet together on the floor, bend the knees, come into chair. Good, rise all the way up to stand. Really rocket ship yourself up, feel your power. Push down to lift that back ribs up, good. And we're gonna bring the arms down to come into tree pose. First with the right foot at the left inner thigh. And try to do what we did on the floor, where you put it right in the center of the thigh and your hip bones are forward. So the tendency would be for one to displace back. Bring them both forward. You can use your peace fingers to test it. Hold your frame. And then if it's appropriate, you'll raise your arms. And if it isn't, then that isn't. It's much more important to be present to what is and just notice that. That's really what this practice is about. Excellent. Feel it, breathe it. We're going to morph this into figure four. So however you want to safely get there, crossing that right ankle over the upper left knee, bend both knees and come into a bit of a squat. So standing figure four. So same leg just crosses over, bend the knees, take your butt back and stretch. You may want to push your hands into something. They can rest on the leg. They can be on blocks. They can be on a chair or wall. Get that deep hip and piriformis stretch. Excellent. Uncross and come all the way back up. Feet together, arms up to the sky. And I just want you to imagine this in a way that isn't painful. But so yesterday was a holiday called Lat Omer, and it's about a lot of things, but one is about lighting your own fire, like this really, the imagery used is that like We often disrespect others with our opinions, with our passion, with our faith, with our wisdom. It's not balanced, or we're self-righteous in a way that scorches others with our fervor. So the idea here is that we are using this flame of our own convictions to really raise our own spirituality, to really raise our own light, and kind of like staying in your own lane in a way, but also just like really having access to your own spiritual fire. So as you take your arms up, just imagine in a way that doesn't imagine pain, that you're in this fire of spirit, fire of your own knowing, your own faith and wisdom, and that magic in between that helps them to be, I would say it's almost mindfulness that keeps them in balance. And use it to raise your own spiritual consciousness. And then bring your arms down, and we'll take tree on the other side. And it really is so cool how trees look like our lungs, and they are related to our lungs and the tree of life and all the symbolism and the fire that's usually below it in temples. And the whole thing is really pretty cool. So as you're here, in whatever way it means to you, it has some relationship to whatever imagery or ideas in your consciousness right now. Let this tree of life be a source of spiritual uplift for you. Raise your arms if that feels good. So there was a big party last night at a farm, and all the rabbis, there aren't that many here, but all three of them from the different congregations got together as a show of mutual respect. And it's pretty cool, I have to say. And when you feel ready, transition into that figure 4. Feeling maybe that fire moving from a spiritual place into, not that you're paraformist, that the center of your butt isn't spiritual, but more literal embodiment of it, feeling the stretch here. And use your arms in a way that excites you, helps you deepen this, or feel whatever deeper means for you today now. And stretch that hip and buttock. Good. Uncross carefully. Come back to standing, arms up overhead. Coming back into that extended pose. Excellent. Pushing down into the earth and feeling the rise up in those two energies, that apana and prana, going down and going up. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Close, and not in a prayer, but just palms over the heart. Close your eyes and tune into yourself. When we have faith without wisdom, it's not balanced. And when we have wisdom without faith, it's not balanced. We need to find in the presence, I think, that balance of wisdom and faith. But whatever words I'm using aren't as intelligent or as knowledgeable as what's in your heart right now. And where we hear the heart best often is at the end of that exhale. If we can pause in the emptiness and wait just a moment, there's so much knowledge, there's so much there. Even if your brain doesn't have any idea what that is yet, who cares? You know inside. Bring the arms down, turn the palms up, and take that knowing, that fire, that spiritual uplifting, I don't have a word, but arms up overhead, and just feel yourself ensconced in that blaze of, I guess I'm going to say, enlightenment. Big breath in. Soft knees as you fold forward. Inhale, looking up, and feel that stretch through the spine, that Kundalini energy moving from the base to the head, just blasting energy into the head, and then step back to plank. When you get there, drop your knees, your chest, your chin, and slither through a cobra, a nice, sexy stripper cobra, like sexy, sultry cobra, and push it back, child's pose. Hands back by the feet, so you're more in a shape of, I think of it as a rock. I don't know, it doesn't look like a rock, but it feels like a rock, like there's something more passive, more heavy, like a round stone. And breathe into the back, breathe into the waist. Pull the belly in to roll up carefully and slowly with those deep core muscles engaged. And then you'll make your way onto your back and lie down. Take a block with you. And anything else you need for Shavasana. Put the block between the knees and pull the knees into the chest. Shift your hips over to the right a bit, scooch and drop knees over to the left. Stretch your right arm out, align your spine and turn your head to the right, close your eyes. Squeezing both legs around that block, shift the knees into the middle. Scoot your hips over to the left and drop both knees to the right. Left arm opens and turn the head to the left. Squeeze both legs in, hug your knees. You can take the block out or put it somewhere strategic, like under you in some way, as you stretch all the way out. Grab hold of your head. Star gaze here, moving your head, releasing any pressure that might have built up in the neck. Glide your fingers to the base of your skull, create a nice picket fence, and lay your head carefully down over this fence. Hold your fingers there for a bit. Coaxing, adjusting the head appropriately so that it feels really good. Let's take the index fingers and stick them into that slot right at the top of the neck, bottom of the skull. Hit that little reset button. So juicy in there. If it isn't, just move the skin around and get a little bit of good, healthy fluid moving there, whatever that is. And then bring your hands down. Fold the shoulder blades under for a little lift to the heart. Maybe the chin lifts just subtly, and roll the limbs in and out a few times. Full body breathing, starting at the soles of the feet. Breathe in from the feet all the way up as far as that breath will go. Exhale all the way up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale all the air out. Let the body get heavy. let go. I didn't really think about this last night. It seems so obvious now, but we've gotten so polarized, as a country, as people, that this idea of having mutual respect for people who are different, who have different opinions, different faiths, different knowledge, it's gotten harder. It's not that we don't probably believe in that idea. It's just gotten really hard to do. So I'm grateful for the reminder. I'm reading this I think it's really old, but excellent book on shame. And just this whole concept of feelings we weren't allowed to feel as children, and then we transmute them they become a different feeling. So anger becomes sadness, let's say. And then we feel sad a lot, but we're like, we don't even know why. And let's say it's that, right? Then we never feel anger, but then we see it in others and we hate it. So we lash out at them when we see something we don't. It's like that's where it goes. It gets into this weird projection thing. And we know all this, but it's interesting to read it and see it all spelled out and to apply that to this current topic. Anyway, marinate in the stillness and let your inner light be the teacher. Take a deep breath in. Let whatever stress is still there that you don't want, let it go. Shut it as you exhale. 2 more. Big cleansing breath. Shed any layer of self that no longer serves you. Inhale. And use the exhale. Let that old crusty self fall away. Stretch the arms and legs when you feel ready. Notice all your spaciousness. Fluids of the body moving, the cells alive and shiny. Draw your left knee to your body and roll to the right. Cuddle into a small version of you, a little powerhouse where you're like a battery charging, and you'll breathe into this battery. Any place that feels quote unquote dark, I want you to send your breath there and illuminate from within. Any pain, any struggle, any doubt, breathe there. Any place that's tight and feels like the blood can't circulate, see if you can send breath there.
I love the concept that we were all at Mount Sinai receiving the Torah at the same time. Heather, you too, because they say that not just Jews, but people who marry Jews or with Jews, they were there too. So you too. And it's like we've all had it for the same amount of time. So we all have the same knowledge, the same wisdom, the same access. It's wild. Push your top hand down and rise to a seat. And trust what's written in your bones. Lift the arms to the sky. Fold your hands to prayer at the heart. And one Om sings out. Inhale. Om. Thumbs to forehead center, bowing to one another, to our ancestors, to our loved ones, to all beings. Thank you very much. I hope you have a blessed, blessed, blessed day. I love you. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.